All right, so this is the game room as it sets currently. I've been doing a lot of work out here. Got the flooring done. Of course, the drywall, the paint is all finished. I finally got the big cabinet, big display case over here put together. Still a lot of boxes, still a bunch of shelving to put up. Over here, I think in that corner, right over there, is going to be where the TVs and so forth, where I actually play, are going to be. And over here is just going to be storage and a bunch of game room stuff. So in any respect, I thought I'd set up a time lapse and just sort of see what happens. All right, so I thought that it might be fun to kind of do some unboxing of the collection, kind of as I go through it. So I'm not really sure what's in this box other than GameCube games. So we'll kind of see what we have going on in here. So there's a couple layers of games in here, and we'll put these up on the shelf here in just a moment. I gotta figure out which shelf I want to use, which one looks like it's set more or less appropriately. Now, these shelves are probably going to go away at some point. I still am kind of working out the shelving situation in here, clearly, but we can go ahead and start putting some of these up. And at one point in time, these were all in alphabetical order. They're not anywhere close to alphabetical order now. One of the cool things about these games is that I bought these kind of plastic protective sleeves that go on these, and they're really kind of nice, and they help keep them, you know, clean and dry and all that kind of stuff. So these came from videogameboxprotectors.com. You know, obviously I'm not sponsored by them, but they're cheap, and I think they work out to like 25 cents a piece or something, but worth it in my opinion. I apologize for the sniffles, but I've got the sniffles. I can't help it. So we're just going to kind of put these up on the shelf. I'll kind of point out a few of these kind of as we go. This game right here, Cubivore, that's one of the rarest GameCube games. I got that pretty recently, actually. And then that's the Master Quest and Ocarina of Time collection that was kind of a promo for GameCube. I used to think that was really rare. It's actually not. And if you've never played the Resident Evil 0 and the Resident Evil games on GameCube, they're actually all pretty darn solid games. GameCube is one of my favorite systems, just as an aside. Skies of Arcadia Legends here. This is a game, or a Dreamcast game that was re-released on GameCube. I played it on Dreamcast. I did not beat it on Dreamcast. I beat it on GameCube. This is a pretty expensive game anymore, but this is the better version. I'm probably not allowed to say that, but it's a lot of the grindiness and sort of oddity about the Dreamcast version got fixed. So that's a pretty solid RPG. Another one of my favorite GameCube games. This shows up on a lot of hidden gems. videos and that sort of thing, but I don't know this that much of a hidden gem because a lot of people know about it, but it's a really good kind of survival horror game. And then I'm a big fan of the Metroid Prime series. That's Metroid Prime 2. And after I get all this unboxed, I'm going to have to spend a decade reorganizing and re-alphabetizing everything, unfortunately. Nothing really good there, just some Tom Clancy games. Killer 7 is sort of an interesting game. It was made by Suda51, who's got kind of a cel-shaded on-rail shooter sort of thing. Suda51 has a reputation of being an interesting game maker. I can't say that all of his games are good, but they are all interesting. Super Mario Strikers actually is a really fun game, and well, and Worms. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Worms game. Let's see what else do we have in here. Nothing good in that bunch. Let's see what. Of course, there's Bomberman games, you know, for everything. Funny thing is, Bomberman, I never feel like that those games sell very well, but they always make them. I mean, they've been making them forever. SSX Tricky. This is a really good game. If you ever want a cheap, fun game, and it's on multiple platforms, but that's a really fun game. And of course, all the old Dragon Ball Z games are all worth a play. Some more stuff here. Sega Soccer Slam. It's a really good arcadey soccer game. Mega Man X Collection. This is a really cool thing, and you actually still buy this brand new on PS2 for like $12. And the Anniversary Collection for Mega Man. As much as I love the old Mega Man games, I can't recommend buying this because they switch the jump and the shoot button, and you can't switch it back, and it makes the games like basically unplayable for me. And I think for most, I mean, that's always the knock on that game. Let's see what other kind of garbage I've got here. There's a Mario Party, Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. That shows up on a lot of Hidden Gems videos. I'm not a huge fan of it. It's an okay game. Saw a couple interesting things in here. So F-Zero GX, this game is awesome. And the cool thing about this game is that it's actually a Sega game. It's developed by Sega. So it's really arcadey feeling, and it is hard. It is a super hard game. It'll make you hate yourself, but it's also really good. This is one of my hidden gems, one of my favorite GameCube games. This is like, started out as like a flash animation online game. It's sort of like Contra. I mean, it's a run and gun shooter type game, but it's actually really fun, really cool. And then this game right here is rare and valuable. This is Phantasy Star Online. The thing to look for on Phantasy Star Online that means that it's rare and valuable is just this right here, plus. It's got a little bit of extra content on it. I got that for like $10 or something, and at a game store, they had mispriced it as the regular version. The plus version's like a $100 game. The regular version's like a $15 game. So you might get lucky someday. And then Twilight Princess. It's one of my favorite Zelda games, actually. Twilight Princess gets some hate, but I actually really enjoyed it. And then, of course, we've got a Battalion Wars is awesome. This game right here, Capcom versus SNK 2 EO, is a really good game. Of course, it's a Capcom and SNK fighting game, so you can't really go wrong with that. All right, let's crack open this next box, see what happens. I packed all this stuff like 6-8 months ago, so I can't remember what's in what box. So just have to open things and figure out where to put them until we can get this place better organized. All right, let's see what we have here. Okay, so this is a that's a Saturn arcade stick. That's what that is. Oh, that's a Turbografx 16 console. This looks like a lot of random in here. Turbo EverDrive. This looks like some Sega controllers. I think this came with my CDX. This little thing here, so this will kind of go just back into storage a little. Run box full of stuff. Let's see what's in here. Sorry about the shaky cam. This is, oh, that's the Sega 32X, so that's another console. So it said arcade sticks, but it's got some other goodies in there. Turbografx controller, some more Turbografx controllers. This is another Turbografx console, and this one has the Super System 3 SD on the back side of it. So that's all my Turbografx hardware and controllers and such. That's some kind of an AV switch, 3DS charging station, and that's a multiplayer tap for the original Game Boy.